In breaking financial news that directly impacts millions of American seniors, there are new developments regarding additional support payments for those who rely on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits. Across the country, older Americans, veterans, and disabled individuals have been feeling the intense pressure of inflation, rising housing costs, skyrocketing medical bills, and day-to-day expenses that simply don't match the fixed benefits they receive. For months, there has been speculation about whether additional payments would be rolled out to help alleviate these burdens. And now, details are becoming clearer about a new set of relief payments that are said to be on the way. Reports indicate that three separate payments, one of $200, another of $400, and a third of $2,000, are expected to reach seniors and eligible recipients in the coming period. This has sparked widespread attention, hope, and a wave of questions as millions of Americans want to know when the money will arrive, who qualifies, and how it will affect their financial security going forward. For many seniors, the struggle has been ongoing. Each month, Social Security checks arrive, but the amount often falls short of covering the true cost of living in today's America. Rent or property taxes, utility bills, groceries that cost far more than they did just a couple of years ago, and prescription drugs that seem to rise in price every month. These are the daily realities faced by retirees. Disabled individuals relying on SSDI or SSI face similar challenges, especially since many cannot supplement their income with part-time work due to health limitations. Veterans who serve their country also carry the weight of financial strain, often battling medical issues while trying to stretch every dollar of their VA benefits. Against this backdrop, news of upcoming relief payments has created a sense of cautious optimism. People are asking, is this finally the extra help that seniors have been waiting for? Is it confirmed, or is it just another round of political promises? The reality is that government officials have been discussing multiple measures designed to ease financial hardship, and the idea of three payments in $200, $400, and $2,000 has gained serious traction as a way to provide immediate relief while also signaling long-term commitment to supporting America's most vulnerable populations. The first payment that has been talked about is the $200 direct relief. Historically, when relief checks were rolled out in the past, $200 was one of the first amounts distributed nationwide, and it played a major role in stabilizing households during uncertain times. The idea behind bringing back a $200 payment now is that it can act as a fast one-time boost for seniors who are running out of options. For someone whose Social Security check is only $900 to $200 a month, that extra payment could cover a month's rent, pay off outstanding utility bills, or even provide breathing room for medical copays. Policymakers know that the immediate injection of cash directly into the hands of those who need it most can make a measurable difference, not just for individuals, but for the economy overall. When seniors have more money, they spend it on necessities, and that spending flows back into local businesses, pharmacies, and services, keeping communities stable. The second payment under discussion is the $400 amount. This figure is especially significant because it echoes a promise that was made during earlier relief efforts, where $400 payments became a standard benchmark for direct support to households. The fact that it's included again now is symbolic as much as it is practical. Seniors remember the $400 checks and how they provided a cushion during challenging times. Bringing it back now demonstrates continuity and recognition of what has worked before. For many retirees, $400 represents a chance to catch up on overdue bills or even save a small amount for emergencies. It also addresses the gap that often arises in fixed-income households when one unexpected cost, like a car repair or dental procedure, can throw everything off balance. By reintroducing the $1,400 payment, lawmakers are essentially admitting that inflation has eroded the value of monthly Social Security checks, and something must be done to bridge that gap. Then comes the largest of the three, the $2,000 payment. This is the amount that has sparked the most attention because for years, seniors and advocacy groups have been pushing for $2,000 monthly payments as a baseline to match the real cost of living. While it's not yet structured as a permanent increase, the promise of a $2,000 relief check is being described as a major step forward. Imagine the impact of receiving an additional $2,000, enough to pay several months' worth of groceries, enough to cover high heating bills during the winter, or enough to finally pay off lingering credit card debt that has been building due to high interest rates. For veterans, disabled individuals, and older Americans, a payment of this size means more than money. It means dignity, stability, and the reassurance that their government recognizes their struggle. While some may say one-time payments aren't enough, the rollout of $2,000 alongside the $1,200 and $1,400 amounts is being framed as a package designed to address both immediate and slightly longer-term needs. But when will these payments actually arrive? That is the question on everyone's mind. While exact dates have not yet been finalized, reports suggest that the rollout will be structured in phases, with the $1,200 payment being the first to land in seniors' bank accounts, followed by the $1,400 and finally the $2,000. This staggered distribution is designed to ensure that the funds reach people smoothly without overwhelming the payment processing systems used by the Social Security Administration, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and the agencies that manage SSI and SSDI. Seniors are being told to expect the payments in the same way they usually receive their monthly benefits, either through direct deposit into their bank accounts or via mailed checks, if that is their chosen method. Advocates are urging seniors to double-check their contact information and banking details with the Social Security Administration or VA to avoid delays, since outdated information can often cause unnecessary complications. Eligibility is another key area of concern. The good news is that these payments are reportedly being designed to include all seniors currently receiving Social Security retirement benefits, as well as individuals on SSI, SSDI, and veterans receiving VA benefits. That means millions of people across the country would be covered without having to file any special applications. The payments would be automatic, eliminating the stress of paperwork or confusing eligibility requirements. However, there may be income thresholds to ensure that the money goes to those who truly need it most. In past relief programs, individuals earning above a certain level were excluded, and a similar system may be applied this time. Still, the overwhelming majority of retirees, disabled recipients, and veterans fall well within the qualifying income range, meaning they will see these payments arrive without issue. The broader question, of course, is why now? Why are these payments being discussed and announced in 2025? The answer lies in the economic realities facing the nation. Inflation has remained stubbornly high in certain areas, and while some costs have stabilized, seniors have been disproportionately affected. Housing costs, medical expenses, and even basic food items have continued to rise faster than Social Security's annual cost of living adjustments. The 2025 COLA increase was helpful, but many argue it barely scratched the surface of what is needed. As a result, political pressure has been mounting for lawmakers to do more. Senior advocacy organizations, veterans groups, and disability rights activists have all been calling for stronger action. And these payments appear to be a direct response to that pressure. They are not being described as handouts, but as necessary financial lifelines to keep older Americans afloat in an increasingly expensive world. For seniors watching this news unfold, there is a sense of mixed emotions. On one hand, there is excitement. After all, an extra $1,200, $1,400, and $2,000 can mean the difference between constant stress and a little breathing room. On the other hand, there is skepticism, as many remember previous promises that took months to materialize or were delayed due to political debates in Congress. Lawmakers are aware of this, which is why they are emphasizing that this package is already in advanced stages of planning. Discussions are ongoing about funding sources, but many analysts believe the money will come from reallocated federal funds and economic stabilization reserves. By targeting seniors, disabled individuals, and veterans, the government ensures the payments reach groups who are statistically most likely to spend the money immediately, boosting local economies and providing quick financial relief. For those who wonder how to prepare, financial experts advise that seniors should plan ahead for these payments. If you are behind on bills, prioritize essentials such as housing, utilities, and medical expenses once the funds arrive. If your immediate needs are covered, consider setting aside part of the payment for unexpected emergencies. Since medical or home repair costs can strike at any time, veterans may want to use a portion to cover out-of-pocket medical costs not fully covered by the VA system. Disabled recipients might find it helpful to invest in home improvements or accessibility aids that improve daily living. Every household is different, but the key message is that this money is designed to help stabilize lives, not encourage reckless spending. The public response has already been strong. Across social media platforms, seniors are sharing their stories of how these payments would change their lives. Many talk about finally being able to buy healthy groceries instead of the cheapest processed foods, or being able to afford necessary medications without skipping doses. Veterans have expressed gratitude for being recognized, though some argue that permanent increases to VA benefits would be more effective. Disability advocates are cautiously hopeful, noting that while one-time payments help, systemic changes to SSI and SSDI programs are still urgently needed. The overwhelming feeling, however, is one of relief that help may finally be on the horizon. As the rollout date approaches, seniors are being reminded to stay informed. Scammers are already taking advantage of the buzz with fake calls, texts, and emails claiming to offer early access to the payments. Officials stress that no one should provide personal or banking information to anyone claiming to offer faster payments. The government will never ask for fees or upfront payments to release relief funds. The safest course is to monitor updates directly from the Social Security Administration, the VA, or trusted news outlets. Staying vigilant is just as important as being hopeful, since fraudsters often target vulnerable seniors during times of financial relief. In conclusion, the announcement of 3 upcoming payments, one $200, one $400, and $2,000 for seniors on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA benefits, is one of the most significant developments in recent years for America's retired and disabled population. It represents not just financial relief, but also recognition of the ongoing struggles faced by millions. While the details are still unfolding, the plan is clear to provide immediate help, restore a measure of dignity, and ensure that older Americans can face the coming months with less worry and more security. Whether you are a retiree struggling with rent, a veteran managing healthcare costs, or a disabled individual on a tight budget, these payments promise to bring meaningful relief. Now, all eyes are on the government to deliver on this commitment swiftly, efficiently, and fairly. Seniors deserve nothing less than action. And for once, it seems that action is finally on its